We are rolling. This is it, episode 481. No Laugh Track podcast here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Each week we're here with the headliner. I am Justin Severson, the host. I am here this week 3 times. Kurt Braunohler, you have been here with me on this stage, and here we go again. Today's 3, by the way.
Today's 3?
Today
All right.
is 3.
This is my 4th time here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I missed it
we
once.
We skipped one somehow. I blame. It's your fault.
Blame me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I was available.
There's 481 episodes of this.
See,
that's amazing.
I know.
That's amazing.
I know.
Wow.
Yes.
Holy shit.
I know.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The first one you and I did was back in 2014, Kurt.
Whoa.
Yeah.
For real. Look at that.
Real. Nothing's changed since then.
Nothing has changed. Everything's the same.
Right.
The world's the same.
Absolutely. And then the last time was in 2019, and a whole shit ton has happened since then as well, as we both know very well. Are you still living? You're still living in like near or around Los Angeles area?
Yeah.
Yes.
Living straight up.
So one of the first things I did this morning is opened up social media because my brain is trained to do that
of course.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And one of the first things I saw on my Instagram feed was a news story out of Van Nuys Middle School. Are you familiar with Van Nuys Middle School?
I know where Van Nuys is.
Okay.
I don't know the middle school specifically. Probably be weird if I did.
Could you name the entrances into Van Nuys Middle School, Kurt? Are there fences around the school? No. So you didn't see the story that I saw this morning. Middle school students treated for possible overdose.
Of fentanyl?
Well, that was the concern on why this is a headline, but no, it's actually funny because they overdosed on weed gummies.
Yay! I mean, it's still not fun. That's terrifying because we have for my podcast, Bananas.
Yes,
out every Tuesday, folks. We have a weed like a supplier like who we advertise for, and so they send us gummies. And so they're in the fridge, and I have a 5.5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I am terrified, and they love nothing more than candy. Why did we make the weed things candy? Like, couldn't we could make them anything. It could literally be anything. It could look like a Weetabix cracker. Do you know what I mean? And instead, it's like exactly what children want to eat.
Right.
And so I'm terrified that they're going to somehow fall out of the fridge.
Directly into their mouths?
They wouldn't even have to be.
No, I know.
If it's in a bag on the ground, a child is going to pick it up and be like, oh, yeah. Also, it's candy. So they're going to be like, I'm not showing my parents this.
That's
that
right.
I have it. So
right.
I'm going to hide it, and then I'm going to eat it later. It's terrifying. I don't know. I mean, like, how am I supposed to have drugs in the house anymore? That's my question. What the fuck? Why are drugs so child-friendly? In my day, drugs were powders, and they were smokable things, all right? Kids are not – it's hard for a kid to snort a line of cocaine. It feels bad for them.
Nobody's parents were keeping the cocaine in the freezer or fridge. It was in a drawer somewhere.
I have thought forward a couple years. You have an older child.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to have a lockbox for my drugs at a certain point.
Yeah.
Where I just it's in my office. I don't know. Do I get a safe? Do I get a safe and put things in and then lock my drugs up in there?
Yes, you do.
All right.
Absolutely you do. And then when they go, Dad, what's in the safe?
I say guns. Why is it so small? Tiny guns.
They're for a child's hands, but they're dad's.
They're kid handguns, but you don't want to play with them.
I will move on real quick here, but I just want to read the description of CBS Evening News' of this incident. First responders say multiple middle school students were treated for a possible cannabis overdose after reportedly ingesting edible marijuana projects. Which, that's an interesting word to use.
Marijuana
projects. Authorities say students range from 12 to 14 years old and were found to be in mild to moderate distress.
12 to 14?
Yes.
I mean, look, man, I think we've all experienced edibles. Edibles are, like, if you take too much edibles, it is awful. For a 45-year-old, it would be awful. For a 12-year-old, that's terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think I first got stoned when I was 14. But it was off of leaf. It was like someone had grown marijuana, and this was just the leaf. And so we were smoking leaf, not bud.
Not the bud.
No,
the leaf.
We were smoking leaf.
Oh, that's very low quality.
Very, very low quality. And still, I was just like, I was all the way up in Isle Royale. Do you know where Isle Royale is?
No.
It's in Lake Superior.
Oh,
it's like the
yeah.
most northern part of the United States.
Yes.
And we smoked weed with my brother-in-law, and then came out, and it just so happened that the Northern Lights were happening enough that you could see them that like far south.
Hell yeah.
And it was all these people laying on a dock, like looking up, and we're like, "What's happening?" You know, like we came out, and everyone's just like laying on the ground, and we were like, "Did everyone die? Like, what's going on?"
Everyone drank the same thing.
And then we were just like, and then we like, I guess we got to lie down too. and then it was like, it was the most gentle amount of THC, and it was the most gentle kind. You could kind of make out every once in a while a little bit of light in the sky. But then after that, it was pretty magical just walking through the woods. I don't know why I got onto my first time smoking weed.
I have a suggestion. Why don't you contact this company that sends you the edibles as the promotion stuff? Ask them if they just have leaf. See what they say.
I'm looking for some just leaf gummies. I want to be able to eat like a whole bag and not get high.
I want to bring it back to when I started.
I honestly can't. I wish I could do marijuana still. I can't.
No?
No. I wish.
So it's everywhere around you in California, and you just
I mean, if you
it.
told me as a 18-year-old, when I was smoking so much weed when I was 18, if you told me as an 18-year-old it's going to be legal, you could walk into like an Apple store essentially and buy any kind of weed.
And be able to afford it.
And be able to afford it, and you will not do it because you are not interested, I would have been furious.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm furious with myself.
Yeah. You're doing it wrong as an adult. Stop growing up. Stop right now. Stop right now. Well, Kurt, it is great to have you back here at Acme.
Happy to be back.
How was the show last night?
Fantastic. It was a great, especially Thursday night. It was a beautiful crowd. Yeah.
The outfit you're wearing on stage, is that nightly?
No, I wore overalls last night, and I will not be wearing overalls tonight.
There was no emergency late at night. That's what I would fear wearing overalls. I'm rushing to the bathroom and I can't make it because I'm trying to unfasten these things.
Yeah, it's just like it just falls down.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty easy, and it has a zipper too for pissing, a piss zipper. But no, I won't be wearing my overalls. That was literally I was like, I've never worn these before in public. I'm going to try wearing them in public, and loved it. I don't know how many. If you took a poll, I would say people who liked it are in the minority, but they're a vocal minority.
We always love the vocal minority.
Yeah.
I have to point out that I have work as a house painter sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, often.
And do you have overalls?
No.
Oh, come on.
No, but I think about it all the time.
Get some overalls.
Because it's so traditionally known. Yeah.
White overalls, right? That are covered in paint.
I have
classic.
I have a white hat. I have white pants.
Right.
Multiple pairs. White T-shirts I like to wear to look professional. I do not have the overalls.
Get them.
But I should.
You got to get them.
I really should.
Right? You can get I don't know if Carhartt has white ones. Carhartt has like different color ones. So you'd have to find who has white overalls.
They're out there somewhere.
They definitely are. We've seen them, right?
They are out there somewhere. Congrats on the new special.
Thank you very much.
So good.
Oh, thank you.
I did the $4.99 rental and watched it recently.
Oh, awesome. Thanks. I appreciate that.
But when is it available free? No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
It is. December 16th, it will be available free on YouTube.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So thanks for giving me $4.99, pal. There's look, I don't see any of that money. That goes to paying back the production company that funded it.
Right.
But you made it possible for more comedy to exist in the world.
Happy to help with that.
Yeah. But yeah, it will be available for free December 16th.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was that recorded?
That was recorded August of 2021.
Is that right?
Yeah, so like right in the middle. It was right before like the Omicron surge when like things were like kind of calming down. It was like, all right, and then like we booked the venue, and it was in Colorado and Denver, they had pretty lax laws. Because it's Colorado, not because it's Denver, and then it was like, all right, it's coming up, and then like the next week it was like, oh, Omicron's a big problem, but we just got in like right before that.
Were people in masks in the crowd? No.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
But it wasn't required back then. I'm trying to think. Did I
No,
see
it wasn't
people
required.
in mask? No. Okay.
There wasn't required. Also, I tried to have no shots of the crowd. So in the whole special, there's 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just couldn't not. There's like just some camera things you can't get around without having the shots of the crowd.
Yeah.
And it was a response to the way Comedy Central used to shoot their comedy specials. And my first special was with Comedy Central. And they require, like, they have, like, mandates about how many shots are of the crowd.
Oh.
And they
I've
also
never heard
sweeten the audio to a point which sounds awful. And so my feeling was like the audio was completely natural. It's exactly what happened in the room, and there's no shots of the crowd.
Yeah.
Because I was so sick of seeing so many shots of the crowd in all the Comedy Central stuff.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
So last time you were here, I think we covered about how at that time you were doing probably, I think you said it was mostly new material, maybe just a couple jokes that were from older that had been in your act for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing I'm putting things together now. A lot of that was what made this special.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then now, I heard the set last night. It's mostly new.
Yeah, it's like
you did it again.
I would say 40 minutes of new material. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, like I've been building it, but this was the first gig I've done since the special came out.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, like let's really try and not do any old material.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so I'm like, my closer's very old. It's from like my first album, so no one's heard it. And so I still don't have a closer. Like I really need an opener and I need a closer still. But everything in the middle kind of, it works-ish enough, and it'll keep getting better, I think.
So, have you already, or will you go back and listen to last night's set?
I did record it, and I will probably listen because I just want to see which jokes need to be rewritten. And I remember, and I should have had a pen with me because I think that's the easier way to do it. Just like mark it, like that one needs to be written. This one,
Sure.
And I think it happened like maybe 3 times where it was just like it just petered out, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't have any more of this. Then I need more. So yeah, there's a couple, and I think I can actually just remember. I would prefer not to have to listen, but that's the reason I record it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, were you doing part of the editing for the special?
Yes, we did.
You did a lot of that?
And Jonah Ray Rodriguez directed it. And so, yeah, we just worked on it together, shot by shot, the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, took a long time.
It's fantastic. Has there been any blowback from Shel Silverstein fans?
No, not yet, because I don't think enough people have seen the special yet. Which was like, I started the show last night by like, has anyone seen the special? And like one person in the back corner was like, and I was like, actually, it's good for me because there's no pressure to like, I have to do new material.
Yeah. Will you check every night? Or is that enough?
I think I will.
Yeah.
I think I will, yeah.
Okay.
Just to get a feeling of like, what is it at this point? And also, it kind of like gives you, you work so hard to put out a special, and then you get it out into the world, and then it doesn't matter. Like, there used to be this idea that like people were very much like, you cannot burn material. Once it's out in the world, it is burned, and you cannot do it on stage. And now it's like, burn your material every single day on Instagram. Like, that's the new model. It's just like, put your jokes on Instagram. That will get people to come see you in the audience. If they've seen one joke, it doesn't matter out of a 45-minute set. And then it used to be that, like, the special was the thing. And now the special is just so much not the thing. The special is for a very niche audience of people who watch comedy specials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't...
Other than the Chappelle special. Like, that's like Chappelle's special, and... I mean, I don't know, maybe if Amy Schumer had a new one, like something like that where it like, like the fact that comedy specials are nominated for like Grammys is crazy because there's no way that anyone's listening to the majority, like even a quarter of the comedy specials put out, you know?
Correct.
They're literally just like, who are the big names? All right, let's give it to Patton, and we'll give it to Dave.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
we'll
Weird
give,
Al
you know,
put an album out.
Yeah, we'll give it to Weird Al. You know, it's just like the same 5 names over and over and over and over and over again.
Completely agree. They're not asking me.
Yeah.
Because I would have some different opinions. Yeah, I'm hearing a few more than the top 5 most famous comedians each year.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I want to point out from the last time we did this back in 2019 is you were mentioned to me, yeah, I'm just starting putting old bits on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Whoa.
And look where we are now.
Look at that.
I mean,
it is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane that I really got disillusioned recently with it because I was really kind of like knowing that I had this special coming up and that I wanted people to know that it existed. So then I really started like ramping up my usage of Instagram Reels and TikTok and YouTube Shorts and just posting every single day, a new comedy bit. And it increased my my Instagram following by a whole lot, like probably threefold.
Okay.
And it simply doesn't move the needle in any way, shape, or form. Like
No.
it doesn't translate into tickets sold. It doesn't translate into people watching the special. It's just and at a certain point you realize you're just giving content to Facebook. That's what you're doing, you know? Unless you're in like the 2 million mark. Like, it doesn't influence the world for you in a real way.
I suppose when they offer you, because I know you did Fallon right around that to promote it, right? Now, I'm not setting you up to like shit on Fallon or The Tonight Show or something, but has your opinion changed on like, oh my God, this is going to be the one that really gets into people's, maybe 10 years ago,
right?
Much earlier in your career, you do something like that, and it's probably a bigger deal than it is now.
You know what? It's still a big deal.
Okay,
it is still a big deal. Also, I did a lot of late night, like between 2013 and 2016. I think I did the Tonight Show twice. I did Conan twice. I did what's Seth Meyers once and Corden once, all in that time. And then I was like, oh, none of it matters. I was like, I've done them all, other than like Colbert and Kimmel, and who only really have brand new people on.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter at all. So then I was like, I'm not gonna submit anymore. I don't care.
Sure.
And then when this special came out, I was like, oh, it's been like 7 years since I've been on a late night show. And I was like, oh, it'll be kind of nice to go to New York to do just 5 minutes of comedy.
Yeah.
And so it was very pleasant and it was nice. And like I bought a nice suit for it, and flew to New York and had a really fun night with my friends afterwards. We went out to Keen's and got steaks and stuff. And then we went to Joe DeRosa's bar.
Oh, yeah. I want to go there someday.
And got very drunk.
Nice.
With Joe. And then, so it was
assumed.
Yeah, it was very pleasant. It was just like... I was a more mature appreciation of doing it, knowing that it doesn't change your career. It's just simply a very pleasant thing to go and be on the same show as Octavia Butler and Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
How about this podcast you've been sticking with for a few years now?
Bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats on that.
Thank you. That has moved the needle.
Okay, and that's what I'm wondering.
Yes.
I figured.
Bananas has been a very positive impact on my life. It's been great. For those of you who don't know, it's a Strange News with me and my co-host Scotty Landis. So it's just like strange news headlines. We have guests sometimes, and then they're just jumping off points for us to tell our own weird stories about our life.
It's great.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Oh,
I've listened to quite a few. One of them recently was the one with Acme people might be familiar with Chloe Radcliffe.
Oh, yeah.
Because she has performed here. Some Minneapolis. Was
nice.
One time a Minneapolis comic. Used to perform here.
Oh, for real? I didn't know she came up here.
Bit. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So she was a guest, and on the one I listened to, you explained how you found out about her from the algorithm.
Yes.
Crazy.
100%.
Crazy.
Because I just primarily watch stand-up on Instagram, and it just like suggested me her.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Isn't that crazy?
And I love the fact that your co-host calls you Kurtie B.
Yeah. That was what my mom always called me, and I really should have changed my name to Kurtie B early in my career. I don't know, maybe not. I go back and forth because now Cardi B is just so big. If I was pre-Cardi B, Kurtie B, it would be very funny.
It would be so great, Kurt. Oh my God. Oh, you could be going after her. I mean, tongue in cheek, but going after her so hard. It would be fantastic.
But also, it's a very different comedian who's named Kurtie B. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like on the marquee, Kurtie B, and it's just like, what is that guy? Is that guy, does he juggle or does he do like yo-yo tricks?
He's zany. That's what he is.
Kurtie B is zany.
He's definitely zany.
And I could have gone down that track in my career easily to be zany. So
you, if people don't know, you even have toured with Bananas. You came to Minneapolis, did a live show, right?
Yeah. We did it over at the Parkway.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's a great theater there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very, very cool. I know in one of the episodes I listened to, you guys were, I don't even know how much you were joking about. What if you did a cruise someday?
Yeah, no,
with the
we're not
fans?
joking.
For real?
Yeah. And I talked to, because I did one years ago with the Max Fun crew. That they have a podcast company, and it was like all their podcasts, and then they had a bunch of comedians come on as well, and it was just like, I don't know, 4-day cruise to the Bahamas from Miami, and it was very unique and strange and weird and like perfect for like what Bananas does. And also we're very like fan forward too, which I think you have to be kind of as a podcast. And so I think it would be a really, really neat thing to do. We wouldn't be able to, sell out 6,000 people are on one boat, but you can just do it where it's like there's 300 people and they're all Bananas fans, and then every night they have like 3 shows they go to or whatever.
I can tell you that you mentioned a little bit earlier that you bought a new suit to go on Fallon. So you kind of look, like, it's nice to have an excuse to spend some extra money.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I would love to go on another cruise.
Yeah.
I went on one once, my first marriage, but that was the honeymoon. I loved it.
Yeah.
I know people are like shit on cruises all the time. I had a really good time.
Yeah.
I like being treated like a king because it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
ever.
right? Exactly.
Yeah. So
and you're in a boat.
Yes, I would love an excuse to go on another one. So if you get that together,
we're looking into it. We talked to some immediately. Someone reached out to us. They're like, I work for a cruise line. Like, let's talk. And I'm like, yeah, let's talk. Let's do it.
Sure, they're probably like, please, we need different entertainment, please. We need different clientele, please. Please. Yeah, I'm not surprised every one of them's not reaching out to you. So I want to show you something I got in the mail yesterday.
Okay.
This is funny because I didn't mean to rip open the envelope, but I did, and because of that, it looks like I got really angry at what's on this sheet of paper. And that'll make more sense in a second here. So I got a notification from. Do you have a library card, Kurt?
I sure do.
Do you?
Yeah. My daughter is a voracious reader.
Okay.
So we get her 30 new books a week.
Wow! Congrats on that. That's awesome.
I mean, they're kids' books. You can read them in a second.
So what? That's good. That's good. That's good. So, well, I too have a library card, and we're still trying to teach our child how to use the potty. So I checked out Elmo's Potty Time.
Oh, this is true.
Yes.
'Cause I thought you had a 16-year-old, so I thought you were joking.
I have a 16-year-old, 14-year-old, and 3-year-old, Kurt.
Oh.
I got yes,
baby.
In fact,
you went and did it again.
I think that when
Whoops,
you
you
were
did
here
it
in
again.
2019, my wife was pregnant.
Oh,
That's
wow.
my second wife.
Okay.
And I don't think I brought it up because I was still like keeping it a secret.
Okay.
Because I was so worried anything was going to go wrong.
Oh,
and
right. Yeah.
I don't believe in
great.
jinx.
Well,
blah blah
fantastic.
blah. Everything's great.
We just did potty training with our 3-year-old.
You did?
Yes.
And I did you use Elmo's Potty Time DVD from the library?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, Justin Severson, our records show that the item listed below have either been not returned or have been return damaged.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Libraries are supported by public tax. Now they're guilting me. Libraries are supported by public tax dollars to provide public service. As a steward of public funds, we must ensure missing and damaged items are replaced so that all community members have access to them. I owe them $17.99.
$17.99 new Elmo DVD.
For a new Elmo DVD.
Did you return it covered in shit? That's the only reason they sent this letter. It was covered in human shit.
So here's the crazy thing. We never watched the DVD. Because I don't know if you've ever checked out a DVD from the library. I assume it's the same everywhere. They have a magnetic, it's magnetically sealed, basically. And before you leave the library, you're supposed to run it through this machine.
And unseals it.
Unseals it.
Oh.
I never did that. Because I do you check yourself out, and I missed the sign at the library that said.
How do you prove that? That's the
that
tough
how
part.
you do it. Right. Well, my wife said that to me last night when I was showing her this note. I was like, "What am I going to do about this?" And she's like, "Well, from their point, they don't know." I go, "Honey, I never opened it." She goes, "They don't know that." I go, "Well, how did I seal it again?"
Yeah.
With my own little magnet maker or whatever the hell they use.
Yeah.
So I have to go deal with this, but I'm not sure. I'm going to go in and just tell them. Hey, I did return it, and if it's damaged, it's from someone before.
Yeah.
Because we never opened it. Hopefully they'll believe me. But if I bring the paper in and they see it like this,
they're not going to believe you.
No, they're going to be like,
it seems like you treat things poorly.
Right. Do you have anything that's not damaged?
Did you mean to rip this paper? No, I didn't mean to rip this paper. Well, maybe you didn't mean to shit on the DVD.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, in case this doesn't go well and I don't get this settled I don't have to pay for it. In case they say, no, you have to replace this.
Yeah.
I have already gone on eBay and looked for other copies. And I don't know if you know the trick. If you go on eBay and you want to buy something, something catches your eye.
Yeah.
You don't buy it immediately. Put it on your watch list. And if the person has been struggling to sell it, they will send you an offer that's cheaper than the posted price.
Oh, really?
I do this on everything I buy on eBay.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, 9 out of 10 things, you get a discounted price sent to you within 24 hours.
That's great.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I found the 2 cheapest Elmo brand new sealed copies of the DVD, and I put them on my wait list last night, my watch list. So hopefully.
How much?
Not much. 5 plus tax.
That's great.
Yeah. So, plus tax plus shipping.
Probably
plus tax as well.
You can find a way to nickel and dime the public library system, congratulations. You can rest your head on your pillow feeling you're a good man because you don't have $17 to give the public library system.
Hey. I would like to point out that I'm talking about replacing it with a new copy. Not a used copy, a new copy. I mean, you have to, because that's what it clearly states in this ripped up piece of paper.
So you can, is that an option that you can just bring the DVD in?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You also have the option to replace the damaged item as long as the condition is new and the ISBN is a match to the billed item.
There we go.
Unclaimed items will be recycled or donated. Oh, yeah, so if I pay it off, I can actually have my damaged copy back, by the way. They are offering it back to me.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so.
That's great, because that's something you'll always use.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the elbow potty training DVD.
So just for the hell of it, I went on Amazon and looked at some of the reviews of Elmo's DVD, potty DVD.
Oh, yeah, give it to me.
And it was like, this thing, I did the 1-star reviews. All right. I've only watched the full video once. First, it doesn't potty train your child. Seriously, did someone think it would? It's a DVD. Kids learn through actions. This is baloney.
What a crazy person who doesn't understand education. I only watched it once. Yeah, it's not supposed to be watched 100 times. It's an instructional video on how to piss into a tub.
First and foremost, I was so nervous about buying another potty DVD.
Another one?
What?
I was so... What kind of potty DVD abused this person?
I didn't like how it didn't address the potty. It only addressed the toilet, and my little one is kind of scared of the toilet.
Kind of scared of the toilet? You trying to potty train a 6-month-old? Like, what's crazy?
But I will give, on the flip side, my two-year-old loves it. So it does have
On the
positive.
flip side, my 2-year-old loves it. So she is trying to potty train a child under 2. Yeah, someone who's still no child is afraid of the toilet because they can flush the toilet.
Right.
Flushing the toilet is like it's like you have a vending machine of water in your house. It's so exciting to use for them. If the child's scared, it's not ready to potty train.
Were you involved in the training of your children?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
100%.
Because we talk to other parents and they're like, I mean, I have my 2 older kids. We did it with them, and now we're struggling with my youngest daughter. Different wife and mom, obviously, but other parents are saying this. Oh no, we send our kid to daycare. They just take care of it there. I'm like,
that's
my
not-
mother-in-law comes and does childcare during the day, so we don't have the there's not 6 other little examples running around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
The daycare said they would do it. They like forced our hand. We were just being so lazy with our second one. Where we were
that'll
just
happen.
Like, well, he's 3. I guess we do have to do it someday soon. Just like trying to push it off as much as possible.
Yeah.
And then daycare was like, it's time. He needs to potty train. We're like, all right, you shamed us. But then we still didn't do it for like another month. And thinking, okay, maybe it'll just like translate and he'll just come home and start using the potty. And that does not happen.
No. No, that's hilarious.
But no, he weirdly, I think when there's a slightly older one, they want to use it more.
Yeah.
Because they see they're like whatever, if they're 2 years older. So my son always, from a very young age, wanted to do it, but just couldn't kind of handle it.
Guilting a 3-year-old, unfortunately, does not work.
But you know what does work? Halloween candy. You get one piece of Halloween candy if you shit in the toilet.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then that becomes a problem. Because then they're just like, give me my Halloween candy right before I go to bed. I shit in the toilet. And you're just like, oh, this is terrible.
Candy for breakfast, candy
yep,
before
candy
bed.
for breakfast, candy before bed. The 2 times my child shits is like 6 a.m. and right before bed. And so we have painted ourselves into a corner, but he does use the bathroom now.
Hilarious. All right, we have very little time left. I want you're in a movie right now that's on HBO Max.
Yeah, Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Yep.
A horror movie.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It was written and directed by Zach Kreger from Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was being in a horror movie experience for you?
It was really interesting. I'm in a scene that is for the movie. The movie's very scary and very dark, and I am in one of the very few scenes. It's a flashback scene that is like not dark and ominous.
Oh, okay.
And so it was kind of like a normal scene for the most part. The scene that's in the movie is, 1/8 of what we actually shot. So the scene was like a 4-page monologue.
Oh wow.
That I was like just talking to the main guy, and like just talking to him, but trying to figure out if he killed our dog. And so it was like creepy, but it's also very funny because he's a kind of aw shucks neighbor next door kind of guy.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool thing to shoot. And also, I've never shot the way Zach was shooting it was all one shot. So the camera started across the street. And then like pushed in and then followed us talking all the way up to the door where like I'm now on the edge of finding out what is inside that house, and inside that house is horror.
Yeah.
And I'm like very, very close, and so the tension's very high, and then I just back off and I leave before I see anything. But all of that got cut, so it's a very shortened scene. But it was shot in Bulgaria, and so they built an entire Detroit neighborhood in Bulgaria a field.
How long were you there?
I was only there for a week.
Okay.
It was just one day of shooting.
Wow, Bulgaria.
Yeah, crazy. And it was awesome to go to Bulgaria.
You recommend?
I mean, it's a very far way to go. We were in Sofia, and Sofia, it's like a very Europe, like the town center is very adorable. They have bars in all of the parks. So like you just go into a park and there's like multiple outdoor bars, and you can just get drinks and walk through the park, and it's awesome.
Well, that sounds all right.
It was very cool.
Did you get to see the movie in a theater with other people?
I did. I got to see it at Beyond Fest did a screening in L.A.
How was that? It's watching
it was
a horror
great.
movie with a
Yeah.
group and you're in it. That's got to be
Yeah,
great.
yeah. It was really fun.
All the. But you know where the scares are coming.
I do, but I only read the script.
Okay.
So things change a lot between.
Sure.
But it was fascinating how much Zach kept it to what the original script was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Last thing I want to mention is I saw that you have something on Netflix. You're in something on Netflix coming out? Santa?
For Murderville, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is that?
It's Murderville is a show where you have like celebrities come in and they don't know what the script is. And essentially, it's a murder mystery, and it's Will Arnett is like a detective, a hard-boiled detective, and so then you have, they take the celebrity through all these different scenarios, and then they have to figure out who did the crime, essentially. And so this is their like big. Instead of, I guess, a second season, they did a big Christmas special. So it's like I think it's like an hour long or so, and it's got. I know there's like a surprise special celebrity at the end that I think they're not telling people about.
Dr. Phil.
The other, it's Dr. Phil. But the two who are in it are Jason Bateman and Maya Rudolph.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. People keep an
And
eye
I'm
out for
fully nude.
Huh?
And I'm fully nude in it.
Really?
Yeah, which I don't know. I think I might regret when I see it.
Wait, fully nude and there's no like.
They fuzz out my dick. But I didn't have anything on. Like I just had like it's like the privacy shields are like supposed to be these like essentially it's a sock around your dick and balls.
Yeah.
And mine was like, oh yeah, we do. Like the wardrobe was like, oh yeah, we couldn't get the one that's actually like so just like wrap this. And I was like, what? And it's like,
what?
So it's just like tying. I was literally putting my dick and balls in a sock and then like tying it together. It was crazy. So yeah, I just don't know how I'll feel about it.
Is that the part of the wardrobe you get to bring home?
No, I did not want to bring that home. Also, but they have to like touch it afterwards. Do you know what I mean? Like they have to do something with it. Like they throw it out.
What
I'm
does
sure.
that mean?
They have to throw it out. Like it's around. Like I go into a trailer and get changed, and I don't do like I just leave it there. So someone has to come and pick up my dick and ball sock and throw it away.
Wouldn't it be great if they're like, Pacino used this one in 1989.
This was Pacino's dick and ball sock.
How do you measure up? Oh, Kurt, I want to go a lot longer, but we all got to get to go do our stuff here. Hopefully, I can give you a positive update on Elmo's Potty Time
please.
DVD when
next
you come
time
back.
I come back.
Sooner than later.
Yes.
Yes. People should follow you on all the social medias. Subscribe to Bananas.
Yes.
I'm a listener. It's a really good show.
Oh, thank you.
The mini episodes I really like too.
Oh,
with
cool.
With the questions from the
from
listeners
the
and
listeners.
everything.
Yeah. Awesome.
I really like those. The other thing, and then obviously come to the shows this weekend at Acme.
All right,
a bunch
sweet.
of great new material.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you.